Hello and good morning students. Today in this 47th lecture we are going to continue the topic that we initiated in the 45th lecture, that is punctuation and capital letters. In the past two lectures we very well understood about the different punctuation marks and the process of capitalization. We learned how to punctuate sentences in the last lecture, that is the 46th lecture. So in continuation to that, we are going to practice passage punctuation in this 47th lecture. As you can see on the board, I have written the questions or a passage which is completely unpunctuated. It has no punctuation marks or capitalization whatsoever, and we are going to punctuate these two passages in this lecture now. Well, this is going to be the third and concluding part of this topic, punctuation and capital letters. So without further ado, let us start punctuating the given passage and understand more about it. As you see on this side, punctuate the given passage carefully. I will read out or I will read aloud the entire passage to you, and then you try to observe whether it is conveying any proper message or not. South African batsman Jean-Paul Duminy stated that it will be a three-way battle for the ODI captaincy between T20 captain John Botha, prolific batsman Hashim Amla and the dashing AB de Villiers. The South African batsman said on Tuesday there are a few contenders, Hashim Amla, AB de Villiers and John Botha. I am sure, however, whoever gets it will do an excellent job for South Africa. We haven't yet seen who the new coach is. Who the coach is, it has not been announced that John Botha is going to be the ODI or OD captain yet. He is our T20 captain. So you see, while I was reading this, it was being very difficult for me to even read the passage out to you. The reason behind it, it does not have any punctuation. I have got no idea what I am reading. Therefore, we can very well say that punctuation marks are most important when you write a passage, in order to separate the sentences or the part of the sentence as we learned in the rules, in order to convey a proper message. Well, this does not give me any idea about what I was reading. I hope the same is the situation with you when you are looking or taking a glance at this passage given to you. Well, there are no capitalizations, no punctuation marks. And now we are going to rewrite the whole passage with necessary punctuation marks as well as capitalization process. So let's begin doing it sentence by sentence and word by word. Let us read a few words. South African batsman Jean-Paul Duminy stated that it will be a three-way battle for the ODI captaincy between T20 captain. Where should I stop? I got nothing to stop over here. So I need to decide what to do and where to stop. So, beginning with the first word given to me, South African batsman Jean-Paul Duminy stated that it will be a three-way battle for the ODI captaincy between T20 captain John Botha. Then I will put in my first comma to make a pause. And while doing this, I will be making the necessary capitalization in the whole process. So, let's do it together. South African batsman, where I write the first word because it's the beginning of the sentence. South African. Again you see the second word African. It is a proper adjective, something that is belonging to Africa or about Africa, African. Therefore, try to recall all the rules that I explained in the past two lectures. South African, with South being the first word is capitalized. Second word African is a proper adjective. Continuing, batsman. The South African batsman. The next word Jean-Paul, it is a proper noun, name of a person, therefore it is rightfully to be written capital Jean-Paul Duminy. So I have capitalized these words. Stated that it will be, he said something, he passed a statement. Stated that it will be a three-way battle. So there is no change over there. I am simply writing it. Stated that it will be a three-way battle. Three-way battle. So you can see over there for the ODI captaincy. Now it's only written OD captaincy. If I just happen to read these words together, I will actually read it as ODI. I will not separate the letters, but actually this is to be separated. It is ODI. For the ODI, O stands for an abbreviated thing, D stands for an abbreviated thing, as well as the letter I stands for the abbreviated things. ODI captaincy. Between T20 captain. Now you can see T20 is the name of the series of the cricketing event. So T20 is something that is about a proper noun, name of series of game. So I must write it in capitalization. So T and then 20. T20 captain. Who is the T20 captain? Between whom the battle is to be taken place is John Botha, a prolific batsman. So word describing John Botha, Hashim Amla and the dashing A.B. de Villiers. Now, none of these names are capitalized. So we are going to now capitalize them and write in the correct manner. John Botha. Comma. The next batsman is a prolific batsman. So we will be writing a prolific batsman and the name is to be capitalized, Hashim Amla. And the conjunction to join the third name, that is A.B. de Villiers, which is not capitalized, along with its quality, the dashing. A.B. de Villiers is to be separated because it is the abbreviation of the name of the person. A stands for a name and B stands for a name. So A.B. de Villiers we will be writing separately. As I explained earlier, we use a dot to write the names A dot B dot de Villiers. But in the modern times, we avoid writing these dots as well. That was the first sub passage that we completed with the necessary punctuation marks. You can go through it once again. We capitalized the letter S for the first word South, followed by the proper adjective African, where we have the letter A. Then it's a name, a proper noun. So Jean, Paul, and Lumini, all three first letters of the name capitalized, followed by the statement as it is, all up to over here. Then we have got ODI, which I have not used the dots in order to show you an example that we may write without the dot or the full stop over here and with. So captaincy between T20. The T20 is the name of a series, so it has to be capitalized. John Botha is the first name that we came across, separated by a comma because we got three people's name to be written over here. A prolific batsman, separating a prolific batsman and the name of the batsman Hashim Amla from John Botha. And when you write the final name, we use a conjunction, the dashing A.B. de Villiers. So in this manner, we have completed the first sub passage of the whole paragraph of the passage given to us. Well, let's continue with the next one. The South African batsman said. So we will again begin the capital article with the capital T in the article. The South African, the word South has to be capital because it is written along with the word African, South African. The South African batsman said on Tuesday, it is the name of the day of a week. So days of the week must be capitalized. There are a few contenders. There are a few contenders. These were the words said by Hashim, the South African batsman. The South African batsman said on Tuesday. So these are the words said by the African batsman. Therefore, we need to apply the comma over here. Now, when you apply the comma over here, it's quite understood that we need to write the first letter capital over here. So we will apply the comma. Open the inverted commas, and then we will write there, which is the exact word spoken by the person saying this. There are a few contenders, and then the name of the contenders is being spoken by the person. Therefore, we will use a dash over here and then write the names that is given to us. The South African batsman said on Tuesday there are a few contenders: Hashim Amla, AB de Villiers and John Botha. So he is taking three names. So we are making a list of the names. Therefore, a dash is utilized. There are a few contenders and the names will be followed over there. Hashim Amla must be written in capital. Followed by AB de Villiers. So A, B, de Villiers. Well, this time I am not mentioning the dot. Both the ways we can write, I already explained this. Hashim Amla, comma. The comma is required over here in order to AB de Villiers and John Botha, the last one in the list, and John Botha. So the three names spoken by the African batsman. These three contenders are there. Further is saying, I am sure whoever gets it will do an exceptional job, and it goes on without any marks over there. Well, marks are very important. So this brings us to the end of the sentence, beginning with the next sentence. I am sure whoever gets it will do an exceptional job whoever gets it will do an exceptional job for South Africa, name of the country, for South Africa. For South Africa, and a full stop. That brings us to the end of that sentence. Again, we are starting something new. We haven't yet seen the words further spoken by the African batsman. We haven't seen yet who the new coach is. We haven't, if you have observed over here, the word haven't written over here. It is written in a combined form, H-A-V-E-N-T. But we are going to separate the T with the help of the apostrophe here, because that's an error over there. It is have plus not. So when you are writing the short form of have not, we will say haven't, but with the apostrophe. Hence, I have written the correct word over here, haven't. yet seen. We haven't yet seen who the new coach is. Coach is. That's the end of the sentence spoken by the speaker. Further he is speaking, it hasn't. Further he is speaking, it hasn't, it has not. So if you write it in short form, you write as hasn't. It hasn't been decided or it has not been decided. Both the options we have to write. We are free to write in both the ways. We may continue writing over here. It has not been announced, but we can alternatively write it hasn't been announced. It hasn't been announced that John Botha, because it's given to us in the bracket, we follow the same pattern of writing, that John Botha. Capitalization is important. Even in the bracket when you write, it will be a capitalized word. Is going to be the ODI captain, or OD is written over here. We will change it to ODI as we did it earlier, to be the O, D and I separately, indicating the abbreviation for the whole elaborated one. ODI captain. Then the last statement that the speaker is saying, yet he is our, yet. So using yet. So we learned sometimes we use the coordinating conjunction in order to separate some part of the other sentence or word from the other part of the sentence. Yet, we are emphasizing on this word, therefore we are putting a comma. Yet he is our T20. Again you can see over here the error given, T hyphenated 20. So we are not supposed to write, we are writing the name of something. So it is the whole thing as one. T20 captain. The T20 captain. And this is the end of the exact words spoken by the speaker, which started all the way over here. There are a few contenders. So the African batsman, the South African batsman said these words starting from this inverted commas up to this last word over here. And then we are going to put the full stop as explained earlier. When you finish writing the inverted commas, then you put the full stop. Well, this was one passage that we punctuated. We will punctuate in the next passage in a while. Have a look at the next unpunctuated passage onto this side. Punctuate the given passage carefully. One night, I recently decided to spend some free time building a happier and closer relationship. My 14-year-old daughter, for several weeks, she had been urging me to play chess with her, so I suggested a game she eagerly accepted, and we settled down to a most even and challenging match. It was a school night, however, at 9 o'clock, my daughter has asked me if I could hurry my moves because she needed to get to bed. She had to get up at 6 in the morning. I told her, come on, you can go to bed a little later for once. You shouldn't start games that you can't finish. We are having fun. Finally, she pleaded, please daddy, please hurry your moves. I replied, chess is a serious game. If you are going to play it well, you are going to play it slowly. Well, I just read the entire thing almost breathless, isn't it? Well, the purpose of doing this with you was to enable you to understand that reading something like this makes no meaning clear. It is completely meaningless. We don't understand the message given to us, just as we did in the previous passage. So, having no punctuations in this passage will make us or allow us to read in the same manner that I just reproduced in front of you. Well, now we are going to punctuate the passage so that we understand the meaning, what is written over here, and understand the learning concept of punctuation and capitalization as well. So let us do it together. Beginning with the first word, one night I recently decided to spend some free time building a happier and closer relationship. Well, again the same thing is the problem with me, that I don't know where to pause. I have no idea where to pause at all. Therefore, it is very important for me to know the exact place where I have to pause, and for this I must use the capitalizations or the punctuation marks appropriately. So let's start doing it. One night, the first two words itself needs to be separated from the rest of the thing. One night, just as we said, once upon a time, when you start reading or saying a story. So the first two words need to be separated appropriately. The first word being capitalized, one night, comma. I recently decided to spend some free time. So I need to write the pronoun capital I recently decided to spend some free time so you see over here the word written some free time, building a happier and closer relationship with my 14-year-old daughter. Building a happier and closer relationship with my 14-year-old daughter. So well, I need to take a pause over here, because from here we will be starting a new sentence, because we are further continuing our talk or the conversation over there. So this brings us to the end of the sentence. I need to take a pause over here. I can't keep continuing writing because it makes no sense. The word for several weeks, we are talking about something. So we need to take a pause and then continue our talk so that we get a meaningful statement or a sentence. Well, one night I recently decided, so see when I am reading this, one night, taking a pause. I recently decided to spend some free time building a happier and close relationship with my 14-year-old daughter. So that is one thing I am saying. Further I am continuing to say about what I wanted to say. That is, for several weeks, she had been urging me to play chess with her. For several weeks, she had been urging me to play chess with her. Well, I need to take a punctuation mark over here. That is the comma. I need to take a small pause over there. urging me to play chess, because I am further continuing and saying about the same thing. So I take a comma and then write, so I suggested, it is a pronoun so I must capitalize it, so I suggested a game, so I suggested a game there I need to put a full stop because that's the end of the sentence. So I suggested a game. Further, what happened when I suggested the game? She eagerly accepted and settled down to a most even and challenging match. So we need to again capitalize the first letter of the sentence. She eagerly accepted and settled down to a most even and challenging match. Well, next sentence, it was a school night. However, at 9 o'clock my daughter asked me, let's punctuate because we're starting with a new sentence over here. We're putting the capitalization I. It was a school night. Then comes the word however. We learned about this when we were learning the different rules. When you use the words like however, you apply comma however. At night, at 9 o'clock, it's not night. However, at 9 o'clock, and see, when you write 9 o'clock, we need to apply the apostrophe at 9 o'clock. My daughter asked me if I could, capitalization of the I could hurry my moves, if I could hurry my moves further, because she needed to get to bed. Well, there is no full stop given in the unpunctuated passage over there. We are going to apply the punctuation mark over here, that is the full stop, because this is the end of that statement of the sentence. Then again the new statement of the sentence starts over here. She needed to get to bed. She had to get up. That's a new sentence. She had to get up at 6 in the morning. Again we need to apply the full stop in order to finish the whole sub passage given to us in this whole passage over here. So this brings us to the end of that first sub passage. Again we will be starting the new sub passage with the first letter and the first sentence as capitalized. I told her come on. Now here you will not find, or here you do not have any punctuation, so it becomes very weird and absurd to understand the meaning of this part. I told her come on, you can go to bed a little later. Well, I don't understand what's written over there because it is completely unpunctuated. Well, for this we need to punctuate the whole thing. very, very carefully. I told her, come on. So these were the exact words spoken by the father. So I told her, and then we will be having a comma over here. Exact words spoken. Come on. So just as we say someone, come on, go on. So these are just two words. Then it needs to be separated by the other words that you have spoken. Just casual words. Come on. And then you say you can. So you need to separate such words. Come on. You can go to bed. You can go to bed a little later. A little later. For once. Just for one time. Later. For once. So these were the exact words spoken by the first sentence of the exact words spoken by the father. Further he is saying you shouldn't, because we are starting a new statement, we will be taking this as a capitalized word. You shouldn't. Have a look at the word shouldn't. It does not have the apostrophe T. Perhaps it is written combined as SHOULDNT, where it is actually should not. So you shouldn't. Then the apostrophe T is to be separated. You shouldn't start games that you can't. Again the same thing, where we have got the word can't, where can't means can plus not, and the abbreviation or short form has not been written with the apostrophe T. Therefore we have just written in the punctuated part which that you can't finish, and that is the end of the sentence, the second sentence spoken by father, that you can't finish. Now if you just continuously read over here, you will make no sense over here by saying that you can't finish word. Now what do I understand by that you can't finish word? Well, this is not continuous. After having put the full stop, we need to understand this word carefully. As the father is saying, we are having fun. So we are having fun is we are. V plus ARER, which is now written as in the short over here, but without the punctuations, which we are going to put in the punctuation. But because it is the first word, we will write the capitalized word where. V apostrophe RE, where, that is we are. We are having fun. We are having fun. So this was the statement spoken by father. So we come to the end of this direct speech over here, that the father, or the exact words, come on, you can go to bed a little later for once. You shouldn't start games that you can't finish. We are having fun. So this now makes sense to us, which was completely insensible. Further, few more lines. Finally, she pleaded, that is the daughter pleaded. So again we start with capitalized word over here, finally. Finally, separated by a comma, important. Finally, then a pause over there, but it's just a word being separated from the whole statement. She pleaded. Pleaded means to make an emotional request. Finally, she pleaded. Then the words spoken by the daughter, again we need to separate it with a comma. Then opening the inverted commas, the exact words spoken by the daughter or the girl. Please daddy. We need to write the first letter capital over there, since we are writing in the inverted commas. Please daddy. Again we need a comma, because again she is saying please hurry. Two things she is saying to the father: please daddy, please hurry. So a break is required. please daddy, please hurry, then please hurry your moves. That is what she is saying. Please hurry your moves. Then the statement comes to the end. We will put a inverted commas closed and a full stop, because then the dialogue or the words are spoken by the father. I replied. So the father is replying now. I replied. Beginning with capitalized I pronoun. I replied. So it's the reply given by the father. Again we need to apply a comma and then use the direct speech over here, the quoted speech. Right. Chess is a serious game. So the first letter needs to be capitalized. Chess is a serious game. Chess is a serious game. If you are going to play, chess is a serious game. Further, it's being said, so if, again we need to apply comma, if you are going to play, you can see the word your, without the apostrophe it is you plus r, your, and not any word your. If your, you, apostrophe and then re, that is how we write this your. If you are going to play well, if you are going to play it well, if you are going to play it well, then again the last word spoken by the father, you are going to play it slowly. So we require a comma over there to separate the two things spoken by the father. If you are going to play it well, then again a pause, you are going to play it slowly. Why will you, apostrophe re, you are going to play it slowly. Well, last and final full stop over here, and we put the inverted commas so that the end of the direct speech. So in this manner we have punctuated the two passages that we took for practice. I hope this was very helpful to you. We will now take up the next passage. Well, now let us practice the third and final passage and punctuate it before we come to the end of the understanding of the punctuation and capital letters topic. Well, as you can see on the board, there are 4 passages that I have put on the board. They are non-capitalized and unpunctuated completely. So we will be reading first. Celebrities who bombard fans with Twitter updates are likely to have shorter careers than those who maintain an aura of mystic according to a survey. Actress Demi Moore, one of Twitter's most prolific celebrity users with more than 3.5 million followers, were recently kind of digging with the middle part. The Phoenix 4 report said in this social media age is all too easy to follow your musical icon on a minute-by-minute basis. Many celebrities have embraced Twitter as a way of communicating day-to-day musing as well as promotional material with fans. Well, I just read out the whole thing in a bombarding way. Well, this does not give me any sense. It does not give me any sense to my mind. A reader cannot understand what is written. So, punctuations are very, very important. So, let's punctuate the given paragraph or the paragraphs to us in order to find out the proper meaning. Beginning with the first word, celebrities who bombard fans with Twitter updates are likely to have shorter careers than those, well, it's going on one into the other, and therefore I require punctuations, proper punctuations. Let's do it right over here. Therefore I have kept spaces so that we can write it then and there. So finding out the first error, that is the word celebrities must be capitalized. So I am writing celebrities in a capitalized manner. Celebrities, then I am talking about the celebrities by using a relative pronoun who. Therefore, it is required for me to apply a comma over here. Celebrities who bombarded fans with Twitter updates are likely to have shorter careers. So I require a comma over there after celebrities, as you can see. Further moving ahead over there, I can see another relative pronoun coming in the next line, shorter careers than those who maintain. So again I require to add a comma over here. So as you see, now I can read the sentence to make it meaningful. Celebrities who bombard fans with Twitter updates are likely to have shorter careers than those, again I need a pause over here, who maintain an aura of mystique. Then again I need a pause over here because this is being said by someone whom according to a survey. Therefore again I need a pause over here. So I am applying a comma, as you can see, according to a survey. Then I end my sub passage over here with a full stop. So this brings me to the end of the punctuating part of the first passage given to me in this whole exercise. Moving ahead, the next paragraph, you can see the first word needs to be capitalized. It is not capitalized over here, it is non-capital. So we can say it, we can write it over here as actress Demi Moore. So we are writing over here the capital actress Demi Moore. Now it's a proper noun, name of a person, therefore capital is very, very important. Demi Moore, where both the word Demi and Moore will be capitalized. Now, actress Demi Moore, again we are talking about the actress in the next part of the sentence. I'm not saying next sentence, next part of the sentence. This becomes a comma used for apposition. We learned about apposition, if you remember, in the previous lecture. Actress Demi Moore. Actress Demi Moore. We're talking about the person. We're not using the relative pronoun over here. Who is one of the Twitters, or who is one of the Twitter's most prolific celebrity. Therefore, we are not writing the relative pronoun over here. Hence, we are applying the comma over here. Actress Demi Moore, in apposition, one of Twitter's most prolific. So, one of Twitter's most prolific celebrity users with more than 3.5 million followers. Then what did she do? She wrote something. So we again need a comma over here. With more than 3.5 million followers, then about the action that she did. Wrote recently. What did she write recently? Or what did she say over there that we are reading out aloud? So we require the exact words spoken by the speaker, which is to be written in a direct speech. So she wrote recently. Therefore, as per the rules, the first letter must become capitalized. Kind of digging. Kind of digging soft curls with a side part was the first part of the sentence that she spoke. Kind of digging soft curls with a side part, comma, a good change from straight hair with a middle part. So this was something that the actress wrote, and it is the exact words. Therefore, we have put it into the open and close inverted commas to show the direct speech. So now the sentence, if you read carefully, becomes very, very meaningful. Actress Demi Moore, with a pause, one of Twitter's most prolific celebrity users with more than 3.5 million followers, again a comma, wrote recently, comma, because we are writing the exact words, kind of digging soft curls with the side part, pause over there, a good change from straight hair with a middle part. This brings us to the end of the second passage in this exercise. Moving on to the third passage, to punctuate it, beginning the word the phoenix. The first word needs to be capitalized, hence the letter T needs to be capital in the article the. The phoenix. Now phoenix is the name of a reporting agency. It is a proper noun. Therefore we need to write the P capital accordingly. The Phoenix 4 report said, now it is something being said as quoted speech, hence we need the comma over here. The Phoenix 4 report said. What did it say? Is the exact words or the quoted words over here. In this social media age, so we need to put it into the inverted commas, hence the letter I will become capitalized. In this age, in this social media age, again I need a comma over here. in this social media age, further the report is saying it's all too easy. It's all too easy. So I need the apostrophe s over here. It is all too easy. So the word it's needs to be written with an apostrophe s in this manner. It's all too easy to follow your musical icons. To follow your musical icon on a minute by minute basis. So you see the word minute by minute written over here. It requires hyphenated things, or it has to be hyphenated because it is treated as a compound word. Minute by minute, taken as a whole but separated by words. So we need to separate it by applying hyphens on a minute by minute basis. Well, some books teach that the hyphenated word is not required. Well, I would suggest you to write it in this manner, minute by minute basis. And this brings us to the end of the statement, and not only that much, it was the exact word spoken. Therefore, we need to apply the close inverted commas and finally the full stop to bring it to the end. So this was the third passage in the exercise that we punctuated. Let's do the fourth and the last one. Many celebrities have embraced Twitter as a way of communicating day-to-day musing as well as promotional material with fans, where you will find the first word needs to be capitalized because it's the beginning of the passage and the sentence as well. So, many celebrities have embraced Twitter as a way of communicating day-to-day musing. Just like we wrote minute by minute, we require hyphenated words over here, day-to-day taken as one single entity. Day-to-day musing. Musing means happenings. As well as promotional material, where we do not require any kind of punctuation except the last full stop. So this full stop brings us to the end of the punctuating this passage. I hope you learned many things with this exercises and this passages what we did today. See you soon in the next lecture, the new topic. Till then, have a nice day. Goodbye. See you soon.